Hello again and welcome to part 4, 3.3 on the numbering system. I began at 3.0 for some strange reason, which means part 1 is 3.0, part 2 is 3.1, part 3 is 3.2, and anyway, we'll just try and have to follow that as we go along. Anyway, so you'll remember in the last part we got to the point where we were able to start displaying our nominal accounts. So in this part, what we're going to do is just now put a bit more style into our page. Not that it's going to be the final design of the app, but just to make it easier to work with when we're looking at stuff as well. And we'll also just get Vue working in as a drop-in component system on the program as well. Now we're already part way there with Vue. You'll remember when we put the template system in and we ran that Laravel UI stuff. Well, that pretty much installed most of what we need, so we're just going to have a look at the components in Vue. We should get the example component, so we're going to see if we can put this into our app, and if that works then we know it's fine. Now at the minute this is hard coded singularly, which means we should be able to just drop this into any page inside our app. The one thing to remember is that it has to be inside this div ID app for the Vue system to work properly. So what I'm going to do is find out where that is, go to the end, which is here. We'll go right to the bottom and just see if we can insert it there. Okay, so to do that, put it inside tags and then it closes off, and that's absolutely fine. Let's see if that works. No, okay, so it's not all completely set up the way we want it yet. That's absolutely fine. What I do remember when we ran this last time, it said to run npm install, I think. Yeah, I can't remember where it said, but I vaguely remember reading it said run the npm install and so forth. So let's run that npm install. Okay, a lot of warnings there. I don't think there's anything we need to be worried about right now. Most of that stuff was stuff that come with Laravel anyway. So let's npm. Let's build this up with the latest stuff we've got in. So all goes well. If all goes well, we should have a component that appears here. So the dev build has ran fine. Has it worked? Yes, it has worked. There we go. So what it's done is it's installed, it's already got a framework already installed, which is Bootstrap by default. Now the easiest option here is to leave this in place and just carry on, and it is a great temptation to do that, but I really want to use Tailwind on this app. I've been using it on a few other things recently and I just really like it. So I think what we're going to do is install Tailwind and yeah, take it from there. So to install Tailwind, I'm going to try and do this off memory now, but if it gets stuck I'll go back to the website. So to install Tailwind, npm. Okay, so first of all we need the repository. Now remember, if you watch the Asteroid series of videos, we used npm to install our libraries. So you may think, well, hang on a minute, we're not on Node.js anymore, and that's true. On the server side, we're using Composer for PHP, but on the client side, we're still using Vue, and Node is used for the client side dependencies. So we still use npm for anything on the front end. So like, you know, the style frameworks like Tailwind or Bootstrap, Vue itself, VueJS. If we were using jQuery or anything else, we'd still use npm for the front end side of things. And Laravel helps us to do that. It's already all geared up and ready for us to do that. So we just need to run that npm. So that's fine. We've installed Tailwind. Now let me see if I can remember how to do this. We We need to change something in our Webpack. We need to add something in here, and I can't remember what that is. So do you know what? I'm going to look it up. Let me do it here so that you can all see what I'm doing. Oh. Okay. So there was an install. Get started. So we've done that. Adding tailwind. So we need to install these 3. So let's put them SAS app. What I do is I create a new file in here, and paste them in, and then in here I just import them. Okay, so that should import that file. Okay, so we need to do an init. I forgot about that. So let's just paste that npx tailwind css init. So we've created our config file. We may not use that config file for quite a while, but it needs to be there to run. But we do need to change our Webpack file post CSS Webpack gulp Laravel mix. Here we go. So now, which one did we do? SAS. I think we're using SAS, aren't we? Let me save that and get rid of that. Where's my Webpack file? Did I not keep that open? Yeah, we're using SAS. Okay, that's the one. So what we can do is copy this, because we've got mix.sas, the source file and where we want it to go. Mix.sas, the source file and where we want it to go. So we can now just add that path to your tailwind config. So I think we can just use /, because it's in the same folder. Is it? Reload that. Tailwind config is in the same folder as Webpack. Yeah, so I think that'll work. Oh, there's an S there. I don't know why I did that. Okay. I'm sort of hoping this will work, but I'm not 100%. Let's run. I think now we just need to run npm again. Okay, so I think what we do now, we've done that. Let's just run npm I. I'm not sure if I have to run npm I, but I'll run it anyway. And then we'll run npm run dev. And that didn't work. Okay. Okay, so what have we got wrong here? Tailwind CSS is not defined. That is in Webpack file, in the Webpack file. Tailwind CSS. Now if I remember rightly, maybe we have to import something in there. Yeah. I forgot about this. So I should be able to put a semicolon there. I'm sort of hoping this works now, because I can't think of anything else I need to do. Oh man, suspense. Oh, hey, look at that. It has worked. Which means if we reload this, okay, just going to check for any errors here. No, okay, so it looks like Tailwind's working, but we haven't implemented any of the styling at all. In fact, at the minute, I think if we go into the Bootstrap here, we're still requiring Bootstrap, and we're still requiring jQuery. I don't really want either of them. So this should go really like terribly designed now, as if there was no style. It's always weird when it still says it's got style, but I've taken it off. Okay, so the Bootstrap is still, oh, the Bootstrap's just for the JavaScript, isn't it? This is the JavaScript. So, yeah, let's get rid of that. I'm not going to run npm run dev now. What we will do though is we'll put one style in onto something just to check that it's working. It's pointless. So let's put a flex in there, and we'll do flex column, and let's put some padding in there as well, and let's give it, just for now, let's give it a background of grey 200. So these are Tailwind styles. So now I could run npm run dev again, and then we make a change and we run it again. Laravel allows us, or not Laravel, but Laravel has inserted this by default. We have a watch function, and so long as we're not making any changes to the config files, then this watch function just reloads every time we make a change to the normal view files and so on. So just automatically runs in the background, and it's a lot quicker because part of it's already pre-compiled. So you notice it hasn't come back to the command line, but it will run every time we make a change. So now, okay, so the styling's gone, but notice we have a slight grey background on here, and that's because of this BG grey 200. So just to make the point here, if I make this BG grey 500, the Laravel watch should run. Oh no, it doesn't run with Tailwind, of course, because it's all pre-compiled. But this now, when I reload this page, this should go a darker background. There we go. So Tailwind is installed. The Vue front end is installed. This is a Vue component being brought in. So we're well on the way now to getting this styled and running the way we want it, with those bits of the framework in place. So I'm going to end this video here. We can progress now with managing the nominal accounts. We didn't really want to spend too much time on the visuals of this right now, but I just wanted to give us something so we can present the information a bit nicer. So we'll leave this here for now, and we'll pick up in the next video more to do with the actual data itself.